Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Friday and happy March Madness. If you're in my boat, bracket's not looking so good. Not winning any points on my picks. But hopefully, you could win some bonus points with these awesome cookies that I'm going to show you how to make just with a lot of really good real food ingredients. And I also encourage you, if you have young kids, include your kids on this. It's one, I might do this with my daughter. Instead of her wanting to watch another show or play on the iPad, let's cook together, let's make something together. And yeah, we make some more messes, but she loves it and it's really fun to just let her dump and practice counting and that kind of thing. And this recipe is really great because of the ingredients. If she wants to take a lick of coconut oil or almond butter or take a bite of almond flour, more power to her. I love this recipe. It's called Perfect Paleo Chocolate Chip Cookies. And I love this recipe because of the balanced flavor profile. So you've got like these thick, delicious cookies that are soft, but they've also got this element of crispy. And then one of the key ingredients to a great cookie for me is salt. And this one has a good amount of salt in it that balances out the sweetness. And so it just doesn't leave this like sickly sweet feeling after you eat them. And then the other thing that I love is they are nutrient dense. So they're full of almond butter and almond flour and coconut flour, which all have a lot of protein and fiber, and not a lot of carbs. And they're obviously gluten-free. And then with that, you can make them with coconut oil or butter. I've done both. My son, who is nursing, does not do well with dairy, so I'm trying to limit my dairy. So I do coconut oil, and they still taste amazingly buttery. They're so good. And then you can use coconut sugar or brown sugar. I've tried both, and I think the coconut sugar blows brown sugar out of the water. When we made them with brown sugar, they were really granular tasting and it changed the entire consistency of the cookie. So when I'm endorsing this cookie, I'm endorsing it with the use of coconut sugar. Coconut sugar, the reviews are mixed. I mean, the bag will tell you that it's this low glycemic sugar, that it's great. But if you look at the chemical makeup of it, I mean, it still has a lot of fructose in it, which is the real negative aspect of sugar. Table sugar is half fructose. Agave nectar is 85% fructose. And that the fructose just, is what taxes your liver and is what converts to fat storage. But still, why I love coconut sugar and, why I like to use it is because of its flavor. We shouldn't have any sugar beyond what's in moderation, but coconut sugar has a caramel taste to it. So it is delicious. I make lattes for myself every morning and I use coconut sugar in my lattes because it's just this really yummy caramel taste. So that's why I like coconut sugar. And there still needs to be more research done on it and testing in terms of whether it's low glycemic or not. But there just hasn't, been a lot of good evidence about whether it's healthy sugar. When you make these cookies, I use my KitchenAid and I just use a whipping attachment. So when you whip together the coconut oil and the sugar, and then if it doesn't come together really good like you want it to be creamy, then you can add your vanilla in to give it a little bit more liquid and it'll cream up a little bit more. And then you slowly add your eggs in and then you add your flours and your salt and baking soda. And then at the end, you add your chocolate chips. And I'll just tell you right now, I don't know what the deal is with this recipe, but I love chocolate, but there is way too much chocolate in this recipe. I half it, and still, some of the cookie dough balls that I try to form, I can't even form because there's so many chocolate chips. So word to the wise, a little warning there that I would half the amount of chocolate chips. And again, I love chocolate, but there's this way too much chocolate in this recipe. I make the cookie dough balls a little bit bigger than golf size or golf ball sized. And so, one recipe will give you, 12 to 16 cookies probably. So, and with the interesting measurements of this recipe, it probably works best to double it. I am even tripling it. But doubling it makes it really even because a lot of the ingredients are like 6 tablespoons. But if you double it, it's 12 tablespoons, which is 3/4 of a cup. And that's a lot easier and to measure and takes less time. The other thing that I've learned from this recipe is they taste the best the day of out of the oven. They have that crispiness to them. Anytime you bake with almond flour, the baked good starts accumulating moisture. So I never put these cookies in a sealed container. I actually leave them on a plate on the counter or on the baking sheet as we eat them. And I don't put them away because I've just found that when I put them away with the lid on them, they get soggy and it's not as good. The other thing you could do is, make one tray and then put the dough and keep the dough in the fridge and then make another tray when you want to make some more or freeze them. That's what we've started doing, but you'll go through these really fast. They're so good. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy them. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And the other thing is if you do use the coconut sugar, you have to let the dough refrigerate for an hour. So, just plan for that when you're baking your cookies. If your family is like, get them in the oven, you need to give yourself an extra hour. So anyways, again, hope you have a wonderful weekend and hope you enjoy this recipe. Let me know what you think. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.